And welcome back, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 11 of Carmen Farming, where today's goal will be to earn enough money to buy a little tractor to go along with our land. Now, let's set some expectations. We only have two small parcels of land where we're going to be growing and selling grass or hay, so it's not like we're going to be rolling in the cash anytime soon. So, the immediate goal will be to buy a little John Deere, that little £45,000 jobby. That should be good enough to help us transport extra loads here and there, speed things up a little bit before we start getting some bigger plots of land. As you can see, we've got two contracts going. They're fairly decent size cultivating contracts. Should get us about 10 grand, 11 grand maybe. Just push us over that £45,000 mark, which is the immediate target. And I think I'll span out on some different types of jobs. I don't know, a little bit of harvesting maybe, something to keep us ticking over, and try and push that money up a little bit more as well. As I think you can all appreciate, the early stages of farming sim do take some time. It's all about building a good foundation, getting things set up. I think one of the easiest mistakes to make with any run through is to spend. I certainly know my first few cracks at this simulator. You got 500k in the bank, you've got access to loans. Before you know it, you've got every bit of equipment you can imagine, but no way of making any revenue. And there lies the mistake, I think. Now, there are easier ways to make fast money, and that's to chop down as many trees as you can, which, even though is effective and does do the job, seems to be the opening scene of the majority of playthroughs these days. So I've tried to avoid it and tried to stay a little bit more authentic, build up the business as any realistic or responsible farmer would do. You might recall in an earlier episode I absolutely ruined a parsnip contract. I think it was parsnip, or it might have been beets, I can't remember, but it was one of these machines anyway. I had to bin it off or cancel it, and I think it cost me about £10,000. It was very annoying and put us on the back foot a little bit, but I did say losing is learning, and sometimes you've got to practice a little bit more of those things that you're not very good at. So I'm going to have a crack at some parsnips. I'm just going to set the workers off now to take the equipment down to the field, and then I'm going to jump onto the cultivating contract that's ongoing at the minute, do that manually. So I'll see you shortly. And there we go, as expected. The little parsnip collecting machine, or parsnip harvester, doesn't have a very big carrying capacity, so you gotta jump in quite frequently. Now, look at how little this thing has done so far. It literally pulls up carrots line by line. It's a very labour-intensive process, and quite often the AI struggles to deal with the corners and things like that. It's one of the main reasons why I avoid doing these type of contracts, really. And that the bigger machine, I can't remember what it's called, but it's got 4 rows that it collects. It doesn't have any kind of carrying capacity, so you have to run the trailer alongside. Now the problem turns up when the AI worker who's driving the machine gets to a corner and then decides that it's going to do a 74,000 point turn, and it won't move unless the trailer's underneath the tipping point, but then it's crashing into you. It's a pain in the neck. So I think I'll avoid, when I've got more farms, I think I'll avoid planting complex crops like that and stick to my good old combine. Well, I say my good old combine like I've got one, when I get a good old combine. But what I will say to those who deliberately plant beets and parsnips and carrots, fair play to you. You have infinitely more patience than I do. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So let's get these contracts finished and get some money in the bank. See you on the other side. Well, this cultivating contract's a bit meatier than I anticipated. It's taken quite a while to get through, so I think I'll use the magic of editing and get us there a little bit quicker. And there we are, at the 100% of the contract. Let's see that tick over. Thank you very much. Now, one of the big problems with the parsnip contract that seems to be slowing it down is every time I send the trailer off to unload, the harvester reaches 100% capacity before I can get it back. So that means I've got the harvester sitting there doing nothing. And I think the problem might be the power of the tractor that they've provided. It's got a top speed of 45 or 40, sorry, and it doesn't really have the guts to pull a full load. So I'm going to take this tractor from the cultivating contract up to see if it helps me speed things up a little bit. If it does, I'll hang on to it for a little bit longer. I won't complete and collect the cultivating contract. I'll just use this machine to do my bidding. So let's zip forward and see how it performs. And straight away I can almost sense the power in this thing. Yeah, it pulled off immediately, even on a turn, whereas the little red bad boy would really struggle to pull off, and if I turned it while I was accelerating, it really struggled. So the Voltra seems to be to the rescue. So this contract seems to be going well. I haven't paused it up just yet. It doesn't seem to be causing too many problems. So I think I'll have a quick look, see if there's any others. Because we gotta start getting ahead of the game now. Start saving up a little bit more. So I think I'll take this one. A pretty small field. Yeah, there we go. Right, and I'll see you soon. So the word soon was a bit of an overstatement there. It's been 1 hour of constant harvesting and shuttling of the trailer. It's I think I've bit off a little bit more than I can chew here, especially considering I've got another contract of exactly the same crop. So Carmen farming is being put to the test here. So all I really want to do is throw in the towel on this contract and move on to something a little bit more, I don't know, involved. But I made my bed. I've got to lie in it. Let's see it through. As you can see, the line work is really tricky. You've got to get that grabber thing, the little digger, just in the right spot. And if you get in the perfect spot, you can pick up 2 rows at the same time. But if you're slightly off one way or another, you end up leaving individual parsnips that you've got to then do an extra sweep on. There we go, you can see that started off with 2 rows. I think I dropped one there. Yeah, it's tricky, it's testing. And if I'm to be perfectly honest, I don't think the time is worth the contract payments. So, we live and learn. We live and learn indeed. So I think I'll spare you the back and forth on this one, and I'll work away in the background and come to you hopefully very soon with the with the harvest field. See you shortly. And after all that work, for some reason I can't find the last 4%. I've emptied the final trailer. I've had a good look round for individuals or little rows that I might have missed on this field. There is one just over there, but it's not 4% at all. but I can't finish the contract, so I'm gonna have to cancel it. And it's annoyed me that much, I'm gonna cancel the other parsnip one as well. Is that gonna cost me 1,200? Yeah, £1,200 for my sanity, absolutely. So let's have a look for something else to get our teeth stuck into. In fact, let's go and have a quick look at our fields. Stand on the land we own. See how the yield bonuses are looking. Have a quick look at this little one. That's not bad at all. 92%. It is pretty small, mind. It's a very small parcel of land, so it's not gonna give us too much. Probably 2 or 3 bales, maybe. In the meantime, let's pick up this red beet contract. I know I said that they were breaking me, but maybe red beets are different to parsnips. I don't know. Maybe they're easier to collect, or maybe all I need is a little bit more practice. But I think I'll leave that for the next episode. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for sticking with me on this episode 11. Hopefully, in episode 12, we'll get our hands on our very own tractor. So I'm going to take this lot down to the field, prep it for the next set, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Take care.